Here we
Nick, but can you explain, how does a buyback work, aka a mandatory purchase, whether it's by a company or by a government? And do they typically buy them at a premium or do they typically buy them at a discount?
Okay, so I mean, first of all, whenever somebody is looking to acquire an asset, a company, or anything else, nobody wants to pay up. You always want to pay less. You want to buy it at a discount. Otherwise, if I'm buying something for $50 that's worth 10, why would I want to do that? It makes no sense, right? So if I think something's worth $100 and I'm paying 50, that makes sense because I'm buying it at half the value I think it's worth. So in the case of, let's say, a takeover, I use this example. So now a company, Apple offers to buy Google. I'm just using names, so don't hold me to this, okay? So they offered to buy Google at $50 a share. So they make the announcement and then they do what's known as a tender offer. So they tell people, send your shares in and you'll get $50 per share. Okay, so that would be the first step. Now, you wouldn't pay up, like I said, you would be paying a discount to whatever valuation you're using in order to do that. Also, there's stipulations where they'll say, look, if you don't tender on the first go round at 50 and you wait, you're going to get 20 on the next go round. And if you wait for that one, you're going to get whatever we decide to exchange your shares into. So, for example, I've had stocks on my own account where there was an offer made and it was a premium offer. And then at the end, if you didn't do anything, they would exchange it for X number of shares of the new company, which was worth much less. And, when I've had little positions, sometimes I've forgotten. And I go into my account, like, what the hell's, where's this stock that I had? And I see that there's something else in there. So they did an exchange and they gave me a couple of shares of some other thing. And that's it. So you don't pay up, you pay down. Okay. You don't give people the opportunity to say, well, I'm just going to hang out and do nothing. There's going to be some kind of mandatory clause in there where they say, if you don't do something, I don't think it's what people have said that it's going to be worthless. I think they're just going to take it at some point. And maybe they'll give you some kind of, compensation for it. But if people say, no, I want to hold on to it, what's the purpose of doing the buyback if you're only going to get half the tokens, right? You need all 100 billion in order to be able to use them in the financial system. So you're not going to say, okay, well, you can hold on to those 50 billion there. We'll only use 50 billion. They're going to have a way to get all of them out of people's hands. So they'll offer hopefully a reasonable amount of money, but they're not gonna pay these extremely ridiculous numbers in order to do that. Why would they pay the full amount of what they're backing the entire world's wealth with gold or whatever they're going to use and to back it to the people? We're going to back the whole world's wealth and we're going to pay it out to you. We're going to give you, 517,000 per token. That makes no sense whatsoever.